Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of April 30th. This week, definitely check out astrojar.com for more awesome readers and astrologers. But let's see what is coming up for you at this time. Could be new relationships coming up for some of you, and definitely new relationships for some of you. And let's see what we have here. You have the Four of Clubs, as I always say, card of your thoughts being aligned with the truth at this time. I would also say you have the Queen of Spades coming up. Queen of Spades is you, is Gemini. So it is you showing up here. But the Queen of Spades also says be careful of what people say to you. And the Four of Clubs is very similar. Four of Clubs can sometimes say beware of people who are not honest at this time. Be careful of people who could be trying to deceive you. I don't actually get that feeling, but I do feel like that there could be some like passive deceit going on around you, if that makes sense. And again, I don't think people are like intentionally trying to do anything negative to you. I just think that maybe people just don't have all the details in whatever it is that they're telling you. So I just double check anything somebody tells you about somebody else or some sort of situation, because I feel like it might not be totally accurate. Next, you have the Queen of Hearts. Can represent your mother or messages coming in from your mother at this time, but can also represent love, new love, and even pregnancy. So if you're not trying to get pregnant, be very careful. I feel like I've said that all year to Gemini. So, and again, definitely with Jupiter and Scorpio there for you, I would say definitely be careful of pregnancy if you are not looking to get pregnant. But very good card for love, new relationships coming in. Next, Five of Diamonds. Birth of something new. Again, that what am I trying to say? These messages are just going to keep coming up about newness and new things coming into our lives. A lot of new stuff coming in. I just did Taurus's reading, and the message that they got was basically that a lot of these things are stepping stones. I think that's a perfect example of like kind of what's going on. A lot of things we have to look at. I think we have a lot of resistance to doing these new things because we're sick of it. We're sick of just constantly like doing new things and being on the hamster wheel and having things turn out the same, whether it's like relationships, business, investments, anything in our lives. Has probably been pretty similar for a long time. But we do have to keep going. We have to keep going on those kind of stepping stones because they are leading to somewhere. I feel like over the next few years, people will start to see how like some of these difficulties and challenges have actually finally led somewhere. And I feel like people will be very happy about that as well. Next, you show up Queen of Spades. I do feel like you are very powerful this week. I feel like your words are mostly kind of very powerful at this time and are going to get you a lot. So make sure to pay attention to your words. That might have been your May message, if I remember correctly, something about words and using your words. So it's definitely coming up here towards the end of April as well. This card can also represent divorce. I don't normally say that, but you also have the Five of Spades. So some of you, it can just represent that you are going through the process of divorce. Next, you have the Two of Hearts, a perfect match with somebody else. So you might be finding a perfect match between you and somebody else at this time. It's been a great time for Gemini for love for the most part. Again, that's not going to be true for all of you. This is a general reading, so of course that's not always true, but I would say get out there if you are single, because I do feel like you could meet somebody. Also a great card for passions. Finding somebody that you're passionate about, or finding something that you are passionate about as well. It can even represent engagement as well if you are hoping to get engaged sometime soon. On top of that, this card can also say be careful of contracts. I don't normally say that, but Five of Spades here, it definitely tells me that I would be very careful of contracts or any decisions at this time. That doesn't mean that you can't make a decision. It just says think about it. Sometimes this card can come up when we're looking at something, like somebody comes to us with a business idea or a relationship idea, whatever, and they make it way too good. Like I said, be careful of words this week is what I feel like saying. Next, you have the Five of Spades. Like I said, can represent divorce. It is a card of risk, but it's a card of positive risk. It says any risks that you could be taking at this time could actually be very beneficial and could pay off very nicely for you. So great time for you to take risks. And finally, Seven of Hearts. I would say for you this week, what am I feeling on this card? I do feel like that this card, I feel like what it's trying to say is that you could feel like people around you are just kind of all over the place. I don't know exactly what the right word is. I think unreliable. I feel like you feel like people around you this week are not very reliable. But again, I don't necessarily think that's the case. I think it's just like, people are kind of too focused on something else. I don't know, kind of a weird message. I've never gotten that message on this card before, so I don't really even understand it myself. But there you go. Maybe it'll help somebody. But yeah, still looks like a good week. Even with that, like I said, I would watch your words, but you have a lot of positive cards here. Five of Diamonds, really great card for new jobs, new businesses, money coming in for you. Four of Clubs, really good card for your thoughts being in line with the truth. Two of Hearts, great card for love, great card for new jobs, new businesses. So I'd say it's mostly a positive week. But just be careful of like how you understand things, maybe, is what I should say. But looks good. So thank you for watching and enjoy your week.